Welcome to your favorite program, Youth Diary. Homeopathy is a new fashion in town. So today we have with us Dr.Saji Poulose, MD, Senior Consultant, AIMS Homeopathy Clinics, Kerala. Welcome, sir, to the program.
Thank you.
So my first question is, basically homeopathy is being used for basically minor treatments. But now there is an increasing trend that homeopathy is still used in critical situations like cancer.
Yeah.
So what do you have to say about it?
You know, homeopathy was invented in Germany around 250 years back by a German allopathic doctor, Dr. Samuel Hahnemann. And homeopathy now flourishes in around 150 countries in the world, and in which it has flourished the maximum in India. Okay. Previously, homeopathy was considered as treatment for minor problems, yes. But nowadays people are knowing more about the true potential about homeopathy, and they come to homeopathic treatment for major problems like cirrhosis, like cancers, like ulcers, any deep problems, any mental problems, anything. So the demand for homeopathy is increasing like anything.
Okay. So, doctor, so we'll go to the first mail. It goes like this. How can homeopathy help me in having confidence in public speaking?
This public speaking, or in other words, stage fright.
Stage fright, yes.
Actually, the stage fright is a problem. In dealing with stage fright, we can deal it in two ways. First, with homeopathic medicines, and another is by understanding the problem and having a self-correction without medicines. Let us talk first about the later one, that is a self-correction. Being the center of attraction and everybody looking at you, that can be quite embarrassing for any person.
Any individual.
So, when you are embarrassed or when there is apprehension, there is a demand. The internal man asks you to escape from this situation, which you can't because the situation demands your presence there. So there is a conflict, there is an internal conflict. So then what happens there is that there is a gland named hypothalamus in the brain. This hypothalamus gland will sense the emergency of this body, and hypothalamus gives certain signals to another gland in the brain, the pituitary gland. And in turn, pituitary gland produces a hormone ACTH. And this ACTH triggers the adrenal glands in the kidney, and in turn, kidney produces a hormone called adrenaline. And this adrenaline is the actual villain in this issue, this problem. So when this adrenaline is pumped, adrenaline secretion is increased, you start sweating, your palms and soles goes cold, your legs shivers, your heartbeat goes up, your mouth gets dry, you feel like butterflies in the stomach. A lot of symptoms come up, differing from individual to individual. Certain people, even in fact, will vomit. So there can be a wide range of symptoms depending on the constitution of that individual. So for dealing with this issue, we have to understand what's happening. There are a lot of persons in the world who give a lot of lectures, frequent lectures for large crowds, but still before beginning a new session, they get a panic, like they get a
panic for a while.
Yeah. So how do they overcome that? They overcome from their experience that anyway I have to do this. I am here, I have to do this. In the past, I have done this, and there is a strong person inside me, which is a confident person. That confidence will come up, and I'll regain the confidence and I'll do it. They start thinking like that, and the program, and then does the program well. So from their experience that they can do, that can be a study material for any person. So from the study material, that there is always a confident person inside every individual, and there is always an embarrassed individual inside everyone. So we have to make that confident person little higher. So for that I would suggest there are a lot of techniques. I would suggest that you can go to the web and search in the YouTube, Google. There are a lot of techniques, exercises for developing self-confidence and how to be maintaining your body language, how to be pumped up in the crowd. You can do that. That's the best possible method you can do. And the second one is using homeopathic medicine. Homeopathy, in homeopathic treatment, homeopathy considers people as a whole, a person as a whole. Homeopathy does not treat a person's public speaking problem or the person's fever, or in homeopathy, the individual's whole is a thing which requires medicine, not the individual disease or a single disease. So in homeopathic treatment, a case is taken. The patient, the homeopath takes a detailed case and he erects a totality of that mind, body, intellect, understanding, will, etc., everything, and a picture is created. And now a medicine has to be selected. There are a lot of thousands of medicines, homeopathic materia medica, and there are hundreds of medicine which can give confidence to persons. So from that, a doctor selects one medicine and it is given to that person.
Depending on the person.
Depending on that person's constitution. So after giving that medicine, the positive side of that person will get triggered. The vital force is triggered, the positive side of the person is triggered, and the patient feels much better. So the patient will start telling that, doctor, I am feeling good. I can now face problems which previously I used to panic. Now I am more or less relaxed, calm. So there will be no side effects. The patient will be in a tranquil mood or in a positive, pumped up mood. That's how homeopathy works. So everyone can use this homeopathic medicine for effective public speaking, along with some simple techniques which I told earlier. You could go to the web and find out.
Okay, thank you, doctor. Now we'll go to the next query, and the query is:
I am Anjana. My doubt is homeopathy is slow acting?
It's a very relevant question. The most raised allegation against homeopathy. Homeopathy is very slow.
People prefer say that.
You know, there are some reasons for that. I'll explain it with some examples. Let us consider a little example of a migraine case. A person having a migraine headache of 10 years duration comes to a homeopath. The doctor selects a medicine, gives a medicine, and you have to see that, you have to understand that migraine has deep roots in that constitution of 10 years duration, deep roots are there. So pulling out that deep roots requires some time, maybe 3 or 4 months. And on the other hand, if you take a painkiller, it will be relieved in half an hour. But which guarantees you that it will come again, probably very fast or in a more intense manner. So how we cannot compare the action of homeopathic medicine with other medicines. You know, with homeopathic medicine, if the problem is gone, it's gone. So I would tell that action of the homeopathic relief you get from within 3 to 4 months is faster than the half an hour this action of this painkiller. Let me tell you one more example. Consider a case of skin eczema. A lot of babies come with skin eczema, and the case is taken, the drug picture is drawn, and now the doctor has to select the correct homeopathic medicine. And consider that the doctor failed to select the correct medicine in the first consultation. So the doctor gave the wrong medicine. The wrong medicine won't have any action on that body, no positive or negative. It will have no action on that body. After 2 weeks, the patient comes back and tells, doctor, I have no relief. And the doctor retake the case, consider the case again. Now the doctor came to know the correct medicine. So, and then he gives the medicine, and the case is better in 5 days. So, from the patient's point of view, he took around 20-25 days to get out of that problem. So, he will definitely consider homeopathy as homeopathy slow. That's not because homeopathy is slow, the homeopath was slow. Homeopath failed to select the correct homeopathic medicine. There is medicine for each and every disease in this world in homeopathy, because homeopathy consider not the disease but the man. So if the medicine is right, homeopathic medicine is right, it is faster than any bullet, is sharper than any needle, and it's very, very, very fast.
And it's effective also.
Deeply.
Okay. Thank you, doctor. Now we'll go to the next query.
And Nitya, my doubt is, during my exam time, my stomach was so upset. How can I control that?
This is a problem which a lot of people suffer from. In the past, everyone at least once would have experienced exam funk, exam fear. So, this exam fear is similar to that public speaking problem which I mentioned earlier. That you can overcome with that method. Yeah. Similarly, a situation slightly different from this exam fear there is a condition called irritable bowel syndrome, or rather IBS. IBS. In this IBS, what's happening is the patient feels like passing motion frequently, very frequently, and the patient feel like distress in the abdomen. He'll be very tensed. It's very difficult for him to go to office in time. Morning he'll have to go 3 or 4 times in the toilet. So irritable bowel syndrome is a major concern nowadays in this modern era, and is a most important cause for the sickness absenteeism. That means the main cause for the absence in the offices. So this irritable bowel syndrome should be addressed. But in the modern medicine, there is no effective treatment for this. But homeopathy has. In this irritable bowel syndrome, what happens is that person's colon, that intestine, moves very fast. Sometimes very fast, sometimes very slow. And the bowel is pushed very fast down, and the patient feels like going to toilet. Or the next phase, the patient doesn't feel like going to toilet, and he will be very tensed. So his energy goes down, his confidence goes down. He won't be able to go to the office for any travel, for marriages, functions, and all. It will be very difficult for him to go out. So regarding for irritable bowel syndrome, can be of 3 types. One is diarrhea prominent irritable bowel syndrome. Second one is constipation predominant irritable bowel syndrome, and third one is a mixed variety. The patient will have alternate feeling, sometimes diarrhea, sometimes constipation. And homeopathy is it's more less like as an apprehension feel in the stomach. Patient is always concerned about going to toilet in the morning. So I think more than 60% of the population does have this problem. Most of the patients don't share this the problem. So it has to be addressed, and homeopathy has got a lot of good medicines for this problem.
Now let's go to the next mail, and it reads, I get frequent mouth ulcers. What care should I take about my foot, and does homeopathy have medicines for that?
Yeah, mouth ulcers. Regarding mouth ulcers, the cause of mouth ulcers, I can tell you, hurry, worry and curry. There is a saying like that. Hurry is, you're always in a hurry. In the morning you wake up late, wake up late. You have to go to the office or the school or the college. You make a lot of fuss. You eat very fast. You don't chew. you swallow quickly, you in between you talk to your mother, father, shouts. Actually, when you chew fast, it won't get digested properly. So there's a digestion problem. In midst of your eating, you talk, there is a chance that air goes inside your stomach. That can be called aerophagia, it can be called. So that also will affect your digestion. That's why the old people will tell, don't talk in between while you eat. And another thing is that next one is worry. Everyone has got worry now. Everyone is into business. Everyone is, even the new younger generation, the college going boys and girls, everyone is trying to do some sort of business, or they are into everything. So there are a lot of worries inside. We can't stop the worries like that, but you have to find some way out.
Of it.
Yeah. For that, I would suggest make a habit of getting up little early. Then your hurry will be reduced. So definitely your worry is going to reduce. And the third point is curry. That is in Indian perspective. You get a lot of spicy curries in town.
Indian food is actually really spicy.
The spicy curries will harm your intestine or your stomach. So it can be the major cause for the mouth ulcers. Mouth ulcers are of different types. Aphthous ulcer major, aphthous ulcer minor. There are a lot of types of aphthous ulcers. This aphthous ulcers comes in bouts. That is, there will be a period of ulceration, and it will heal completely, and there will be a gap between two attacks. Again the complaint will come, like that. The reasons for the aphthous ulcers can be vitamin deficiency, malabsorption, that is inadequate absorption. When you are eating good food, your stomach is not absorbing it fully. Can be malabsorption. The aphthous ulcer can be due to some other diseases, like some liver disease, some digestive problem, or digestive organ disease. It can be a reason because of this digestive organ disease. So for aphthous ulcers also we have lot of homeopathic medicines which can give very, very good results. Even a chronic aphthous ulcers I have seen cases of 15 to 20 years duration. The patient used to complain, doctor, I am suffering from the aphthous ulcer from my school days and college days. Now I am 30, 40. Even still in that case also we can have very good homeopathic medicines and we can give very, very good results.
Okay. Thank you, doctor. So doctor, can you please tell us the recent developments in the field of homeopathy?
As I told you, homeopathy is only around 250 years old. In the past, we didn't have any qualified doctors. Later on, diploma courses came up. Later on, degree courses. Now there are post-graduation MD courses.
Yes.
So more and more better qualified doctors are coming out. So nowadays, homeopathic doctors are using all the modern scientific techniques. They are incorporating all the modern scientific techniques, investigation, laboratory findings, everything, scanning, imaging, CT and MRI, everything is incorporated into the homeopathic treatment. So with that, we can give a better prognosis for the patient. We can give the patient the correct advice about the diet, regimen he should follow, what can be done, what not to be done. We can advise a patient like that. Homeopathy in the modern era is flourishing like anything. It can be called a hit. Homeopathy is a demand for this era. And with homeopathy, I'll tell you, only 50% of the capacity of homeopathy is being used now. Homeopathy is even now is half undiscovered. People are not using the goodness of homeopathy. People has to come out and use homeopathic benefits of homeopathy. And once you know the goodness of homeopathy, you will not go away from homeopathy, because it will give a permanent and smooth and calm, positive effect without any side effects.
Thank you, doctor. That was a very informative segment. Hope all your doubts and inquiries are cleared about homeopathy. Please mail your queries to youthdiaryroseball@gmail.com. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you.